Hello everyone, we are going to be making this hair bow today, and first of all I make my own clays. If you'd like to see how I make my clays, I'll pop a link in the top right hand corner now. This one I prepared about a week ago. If you follow me on social media, you would have seen the post that I put up that I was prepping some plain white dress dolls, and this is the reason why, because you can then add any colour, you can decoupage the dresses, you can paint them, and that will match any ribbon or fabric that you have. So this is really good to be able to do. So as you can see, I did some multicoloured spots to match my fabric, and then I'm using a fine paintbrush and this black, and I'm just going around the edges to give it this leopard print look. And I also painted her hair bow to match her dress. And the fabric that she is matching is this lovely rainbow leopard print. All of the products that I use in this video will be linked in the description below. These templates I got from eBay. They come in 3 different sizes. The pink is medium, the yellow is large, and the lilac colour is a small template. I'm going to be using the medium and the small for this hair bow today. Starting off with our rainbow leopard print fabric and the medium hair bow. This template is actually in 2 parts, but as you can see I've already drawn around it once, but I just want to show you how I draw around it as one whole template. So on here I've got 4 pen marks. I've just gone over them to make them a little bit darker. So when I line these up, I've got pen marks on all 4 points where they meet, both templates, and then I draw around these outside edges first, leaving enough space for this piece, so not too close to the edge of the fabric. And I start drawing around this template where the dot is that I've made, the mark, so where they would join the other piece of template, I start drawing around it there on the inside, and then I draw around the bottom half again up to that dot, and then I draw around the outside all the way around, and the same on the other half. So drawing all around the outside, but then only up to the dot here for the inside. And the same at the bottom here, so from the dot outwards and then all the way around that last edge. So this is what we've got so far. And then taking the inner loops, as I like to call them, you can then layer that over the top, making sure it's central. And then you're going to draw, meeting it up with the piece that you've just done. So just starting from where that pen mark begins here, and then drawing outwards. The same on the other side, just drawing around those outer pieces. So you've got one whole template on there. Now to cut this out, it can be quite fiddly. Rather than cutting in towards that point and then turning the scissors round to come back out, I like to always cut from the top to the inside. So I cut this piece down as far as I need to go, like that. And then starting again from this top, I'll just cut round so I can get to it. So from this top point, again I'm going to cut down so it meets up to the other cut, and then that should come away. The same with the other side, cutting from the top point inwards, and then take my scissors away, and then again from the top point going down inwards. And when I cut my template out, I cut away the pen line so there's no pen line on the back. So this is what we've got now. As you can see, there's no pen line on the back, so I cut slightly inside the pen line. And as this is a thin fabric, I've also cut out a piece of adhesive felt. I missed a little bit here, but that's okay, I can hot glue that on. So taking away the paper backing from this self-adhesive felt, again I will link everything in the description below. I'm going to lay this down, so we've now got this sticky backing revealed, and we can line our leopard print fabric up on the top of that piece of felt and then stick it all down. As I stick the loop parts down, I like to curve them over, and this is because when you make the bow and it curves round, you do naturally get a little bit of movement in the fabric, the layers, and it can sort of come unstuck. So I like to stick it down with that curve, and that just helps it to stick better. And then any little bits of overhang that you've got, I like to just trim those away, and I will also use a lighter and run around all of these edges to get rid of any frays from the felt. And now I'm going to hot glue down that end that I missed with the sticky backing. So I'm just going to use hot glue on there, and then I can set this aside. And then taking this gorgeous bright pink glitter fabric, I'm going to draw around the smaller template in the same way as I did the medium, and also the smaller tails, both on this pink glitter, and cut that out. Here they are. And then I'm going to use the medium-sized loops on the back of this gorgeous lime green. And there they are cut out. So I've got all the pieces now ready cut out. I will just show you for reference the size that these templates make. So the small bow template makes a 3-inch hair bow. The medium templates make a 4 1/4 inch hair bow. And the large templates, which we haven't used, so I'll just measure the template tails, they make just over or almost a 6-inch hair bow. Starting with our leopard print piece, which is the medium, we're going to stick these 4 edges in first. So placing some glue on this side, just the outer edges, and folding them in towards the centre. Don't pull them too tight in. This is going to be the front of the bow, so you want to make sure you line these up so that the felt on the inside is not peeking through the side. I'll just show you on the other half. So if I bring it in too far, you're going to see the felt, so you want to line it up at the edge like that. So doing the other side now, placing some glue on those very tip ends, I'm going to bring these in, lining them up with the outer edge. And the same with this last piece. And then these 2 middle pieces we can stick in now. So just placing some hot glue on these ends and then bringing them in to meet in the middle, overlapping those little edges that we just stuck down. And then I'm just going to grab a fabric clip and pop on there to hold it in place. And I'm also just going to get my lighter again and just go over these edges, because I can see a couple of fluffy bits of felt sticking out. So this will just get rid of those little fluffy bits that are overhanging. Like that. So that's the first layer. And now we're going to do the pink piece. We're going to do it exactly the same as we did to the leopard print piece, sticking the outer corners in first and then the 2 middle pieces. And now taking these smaller tails, I'm going to snip these in half and I'm going to glue them onto the medium-sized tails just to add like a little bit of interest, just an extra layer. So I'm popping them on close to the outer edge. Sometimes you don't see these very much, but I like to add the extra little pop of colour anyway, just so when you look at the side of the hair bow, you can see that on there. And now we're going to layer these up. So taking the leopard print loops first, removing that fabric clip, we're going to stick this on top of the tails, making sure it's nice and central and lined up. And then we're going to take the smaller loops, again lining it up nice and central on that top layer. And then I've got a piece of ribbon here which is 1 centimetre wide by 11 centimetres in length. I've heat sealed the ends and I'm using this to line my 45mm double prong clip. This is optional, this is just something that I've always done that I like to do. And then I'm going to stick this on the bottom of my hair bow. And when I pinch the clip, I only pinch on the tails and not the loops because I don't want to flatten my loops. And I'm going to stick this green piece across the centre now to wrap around. I'm just going to snip off the excess. I've cut it a little bit too long, and then I'm going to glue the 2 ends down underneath the clip. And this just helps to hold the bow on that clip really well and finishes it off beautifully. To add my clay, I like to use a mixture of hot glue and Gorilla Super Glue gel. Taking a little piece of felt first, I'm going to hot glue this onto the centre of my clay, and I've made sure this is where it touches my hair bow in the middle, because hot glue and felt works really well together. I'm just gluing it right down, right up to the edges, and then taking my Gorilla Super Glue gel, I'm going to pop this around the edges of the felt and a little bit on her hair there as well, because that will touch the bow. And then I've left a gap in the middle on the felt to place my hot glue, being careful not to actually mix the two glues. And then I'm going to line this up on my bow and just hold it there for a minute or two. And what this does is, whilst the hot glue will form an immediate bond, that will then give the super glue a chance to hold. So that should last on there a long time, because super glue and felt, like I say, works really well together, and super glue is fab on clay. And there you have your finished hair bow. Isn't she gorgeous? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.